Well, good afternoon to everyone. And those of you who haven't, please take a seat. We think this is going to be an interesting and hopefully exciting press conference. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the staff of Delaware River Waterfront Corporation, thanks for coming today. And we think the great things are happening up and down the river. Thanks to the leadership of Mayor Nutter, Councilman Squilla, to the hard work of our board and our staff, and the support of great corporate partners such as those sitting with us today who will be speaking as well. Today I'm proud to announce that thanks to presenting sponsor Univest Corporation and Valley Green Bank, a division of Univest Bank and Trust Company, Philadelphia's Spruce Street Harbor Park will not only return this year, but will open Memorial Day weekend 1 month earlier than last year and stay through the end of September, which we extended last year at the mayor's request. So instead of being what we originally saw as a 2-month experience, it's now become a 4-month experience. The return of Spruce Street Harbor, we want it to be the same, the way it feels to all the visitors who come, but it's also going to include a few expanded offerings. New restaurant offerings from the Garces Group and other acclaimed Philadelphia restaurateurs, making the Harbor Park a Philadelphia dining destination. An extended boardwalk with a new family entertainment area. The return of the Oasis, 3 floating barges featuring a net lounge, water gardens, colorful seating, and a new conceptualized restaurant and bar. And of course, more hammocks and more seating. The hammocks were the hardest thing to find last year, so we're trying to make them much more plentiful. And one of them is up here today, and any speaker or elected official who'd like to take a nap is welcome to do so. In addition, we will also have increased bike parking with the Ride Indigo station at Phila Plaza right across the street from Spruce Street Harbor Park. Last year, over 500,000 visitors came together over the 3-month period to create what became a virtual community of people from the city, from the suburbs, young, old, families, people from every background. And it received a lot of accolades from the local and national press, and we expect even greater attendance and even a greater vibe this year. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Jay Goldstein, the president of Valley Green Bank, a division of Univest Bank and Trust Company. Should point out that Jay is the vice chairman of our board, which was founded in 2009. And since that time, he has devoted a great deal of his time and energy to help nurture and create a strong and growing organization. Jay?
Thanks, Tom. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm really excited to be here for 2 reasons. One, I get to stand here in 2 different capacities. One, as the vice chairman of the Delaware River Waterfront Corporation, and also as president of Valley Green Bank, now a division of Univest Bank and Trust Company. And I am so proud of the efforts of the Waterfront Corporation and what we've accomplished since 2009. We've not only helped facilitate and implement and start to implement a master plan, but we've created great public amenities. The Ray Street Pier, the Washington Avenue Pier, and now we are working on trying to complete the recreational trail that ultimately will go from Penn Treaty Park in the north down to the Walmart parking lot. So it's not only for what has been accomplished at the Waterfront Corporation that I'm proud, but also at Valley Green Bank. Over that same period of time, we have lent to more than 2,000 individuals and small businesses in Philadelphia, more than $500 million. And so we feel like we have really been part of the renaissance of the city of Philadelphia during Mayor Michael Nutter's tenure. And so that is something that we are quite proud of. And we are also thrilled that because at this point, we have now merged with and formed a partnership with Univest, which has allowed us to enhance what we can do for the community. So it's with great pleasure that I introduce the CEO of Univest Corporation, who's going to talk about our joint effort for Spruce Street Harbor Park. Thank you. Jeff Schweitzer.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here today. And thank you, Jay, for putting us in connection with the Delaware River Waterfront Corporation. You know, we're very excited to be a title sponsor of the Spruce Street Harbor Park and a part of the exciting happenings that are going to be going on down at the waterfront this summer. Community is a core value at Univest, and philanthropy is part of our culture. And as a result, you know, our view is we can't be a strong financial institution unless our communities are strong also. And as a result, last year we gave back over $1.2 million to local nonprofits to help support the communities that we do business in. And more importantly and more impressively, our employees gave back over 15,500 hours of their own personal time volunteering for nonprofits to help support our communities and make them strong. Univest has been serving the greater Philadelphia area for 139 years. And now, with our partnership with Valley Green Bank and Jay and his team, we now have a physical presence in the great city of Philadelphia, which I think everybody is aware under Mayor Nutter's tenure is a real booming, thriving city. So we're very excited to bring our financial solutions, in addition to banking, insurance, wealth management, mortgage banking, and equipment financing, to the great city of Philadelphia and serve the customers of Valley Green today and into the future. So once again, thank you very much for allowing us to be a title sponsor of this great project, and we look forward to a lot of warm, sunny days down by the water. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, and we look forward to working with you and your team throughout the summer and into the future. So Spruce Street Harbor is coming back bigger and better than ever, but that's not all that's going to happen this year. Today, we are very pleased to announce that starting this Memorial Day weekend, DRWC will unveil a new exciting attraction for the city, Blue Cross River Rink Summerfest, which will have as its center Philadelphia's first outdoor roller skating rink. So those of you, yes, let's hear it for rollers. Let's hear it for everyone who remembers roller skates. For those of you who might not know it, roller skating is making a comeback. There's new skates, very colorful. The wheels are outside and rather than underneath the skates, enable people to do a lot more creative moves. I never got to that point, but I could roller skate. The Blue Cross River Rink Summerfest will encompass the same footprint as Winterfest, which this past winter attracted an all-time number of ice skaters, 100,000. The Summerfest will feature a rink that is just as large, in fact built on the same site as the ice skating rink, but instead the venue will be transformed into a state-of-the-art, full-service roller skating rink complete with a roller hockey grade flooring system, new rentals of the latest roller skates and inline skates, and great food and more. I should point out that the inspiration for all of these seasonal attractions, Winterfest, Spruce Street Harbor Park, and now Summerfest, spring into life almost fully formed from the fertile, and some would say feverish, imagination of Joe Forkin, our Vice President for Development and Operations. We then take Joe's ideas and work with a great team at Groundswell Design to take them and create magical theme environments all around them. And then some of our staff who are with us today, Lavelle Young, Shelby Williams, and Dave Moore, help put it all together and manage it so that it is visitor-friendly and a wonderful experience for everyone who comes. And of course, Jody Milkman, our Vice President for Programming, and Emma, her assistant, promote the hell out of both of these venues. Like Spruce Street Harbor Park, Summerfest will be open for the same 4-month season, 7 days a week. And this easily accessible rink will provide a new, fun, and healthy activity for kids who might never have roller skated, as well as a bit of nostalgia for those like myself who used to strap on roller skates when we were younger. As with all of our projects, it will be unique. And will feature a landscaped island in the center of the rink to further complement the oasis at Spruce Street Harbor Park. The Winterfest Lodge the same building that was used last winter, will be rethemed as a boathouse with decor to create a relaxing summer experience. Think of canoes, paddles, fans, misters, and more, with great food and drinks by the Garces Group and other well-known Philadelphia restaurateurs. Blue Cross River Rink Summerfest will also be a family playground, literally. In addition to roller skating, a naturalist playscape and arcade will provide an area for all to enjoy while they're not skating. The creation of this new summertime attraction would not have been possible without the additional sponsorship support provided by our long-term partners, Independence Blue Cross. With us today is Chris Cashman, Executive Vice President of Independence Blue Cross and President of Commercial Markets. Chris has been a long-time and constant supporter of GRWC and our projects, a tireless advocate for good things throughout the city, and someone we're very proud to call a partner. Chris?
Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, I was afraid that it was this cold weather that had everybody like rocking and sound asleep. I was going to deliver these remarks from the hammock, but the mayor convinced me he wanted to deliver his from the hammock. Everyone, thanks very much for being here today, and special thanks to the mayor for inviting us here. Thanks to Tom Corcoran and the great staff and creative folks that he has in place at the Delaware River Waterfront Corporation. It's also a delight for me for the first time to have the opportunity to meet Jay and Jeffrey, and thanks to everybody at Valley Green Bank and Univest Trust, Bank and Trust. Your support of this activity just reinforces how important the waterfront is for this great city and how important providing activities for folks in the summer is. So thank you very much for that. This is an exciting day for us at Independence Blue Cross. We've been long-term supporters of the activities down along the Delaware waterfront. Been in this city for 80 years, and for 80 years we've tried to focus on the importance of the health and wellness of people in our community, and activities like those that go on at the waterfront and those that we've been involved with for so many years really do help to not only stress the importance of health and wellness, but helps us deliver our mission to this community. And our goal is to become not just another health insurer, but one of the best insurers, if not the best insurer in the country. We have tremendous focus on the people we serve, our customers, and that's why we're pleased to be involved with this sponsorship, the first ever Blue Cross River Rink Summerfest. It builds on a number of partnerships and sponsorships that we've developed over the years at IBC, like the Blue Cross Broad Street Run, which will occur the first weekend in May, the exciting new initiatives like Indigo, the Philadelphia's new bike share program, and of course the Blue Cross River Rink Winterfest. This past winter, in its 21st season, and I think we've been involved all 21 of those years, as Tom said, over 100,000 skaters came to the river rink for Winterfest. Of the 100,000, nearly 42,000 of those skaters carried an Independence Blue Cross card. And when they showed up and presented their card, they skated for free. And that's one of the things that that we're most proud of, and one of the reasons that when we get into sponsorships like this, we're always looking for opportunities to give our members some benefit from the sponsorship that we have. We're always seeking ways to keep people healthy, whether it's walking, running, or skating. So on behalf of Dan Hilferty, our president and CEO, on behalf of our team at IBC, who oversees our activities, Kathy Albanese is in the front row here. She's very instrumental in our relationship with the Delaware River Waterfront Corporation. I thank all of the folks at Delaware, what is it, Tom? Thank all you guys for your creativity especially. I think it's fantastic that the folks down there have come up with the idea of taking the infrastructure that's in place in the winter and finding a creative way to make it work for everybody in the summer too. So we're very thrilled to be involved again, and we thank all of you for your support, and we look forward to the opportunities our members will have to enjoy the river rink in a roller skating atmosphere. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you, Chris. In addition to these seasonal attractions that we've talked about today, there will also be a summer full of events from May through September, including a Tall Ships Festival in Philadelphia and Camden, which will drop anchor from June 25th to June 28th. It'll be the largest tall ship armada in the United States this year. It'll happen on both waterfronts and will feature international tall ships, tours, sails, concerts, fireworks, and more. We'll also be hosting another free concert by the Philadelphia Orchestra on July 2nd, which will be followed by a fireworks salute. The PICO Multicultural Series, starting with the Irish American Festival on June 6th and continuing through the summer with events nearly every week and for nearly every different population in Philadelphia. Also screening Under the Stars with free movies on Thursdays through July and August. Smooth Jazz Summer Nights every Friday in August. And Live Nation is planning a full season of more than 16 concerts at both their new urban beachfront venue at Festival Pier and the River Stage at Penn's Landing. Jeff Gordon, the regional president of Live Nation, is with us today. Jeff, would you raise your hand? And thank Live Nation for all that they do to make the Philadelphia waterfront such a wonderful place. One of the highlights of their season will almost certainly be the 8th annual Roots Picnic on May 30th. This exciting season of events would not be possible without the support of our summer event sponsors who are with us every year. PICO, Verizon Fios, the Pennsylvania Lottery, Coca-Cola Refreshments Philadelphia, Live Nation, and Visit Philly. Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker. Every movement needs a leader, and the move to transform the Central Delaware waterfront into a world-class amenity with year-round attractions has been led for the last 7 years by our next speaker, the Honorable Michael Nutter, Mayor of Philadelphia.
I actually could not see that from where I was. So can I take that back to the office? No. I didn't see that over there. It's just incredible. Tom, thank you so very much. Tom, you and the team have done it again. What an incredible announcement today. This is, as others have said, it really is exciting. And for that, I think we owe Tom and the entire Delaware River Waterfront Corporation team and staff a huge round of applause. Great job. Jay Goldstein, President, Delaware Valley Bank, Jeffrey Schweitzer, President, Univest Bank and Trust, and certainly Chris Cashman, Executive Vice President, President of Commercial Markets, IBC, Dan Hilferty, our great leader of the overall Independence Blue Cross. Chris was talking about the members and their having their card in their wallet and being able to. So I'm not trying to get in on that, but I do want to make it clear that for both of the entities, you know, it gives new meaning to. I know it's someone else's thing, but what do you have in your wallet? So I've got my Valley Green bank card. And I've got my Independence health card, and I think I'm fairly well covered in both areas. So You all are doing a spectacular job, and I know that a great councilman in the 1st District, Councilman Mark Spruce, has joined us. Please recognize Councilman Spruce. We appreciate his leadership and support, and the person who makes a lot of things go here in this city, and the promotion of Philadelphia, the coordination of strategic partnerships, and communicating out a message is our city representative, Director of Communications and Strategic Partnerships, Desiree Peterkin-Bell. Please recognize Desiree. What a great announcement for the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. You know, the folks knowing how much I love surprises, of course, did not share all of these details with me about this, so I was as surprised as some others. It's really kind of funny. I was at a school. No, I'm sorry. I was at the Innovation Lab, and there were school children in who attend the school across the street from what used to be St. Charles Borromeo School at 20th and Christian, I believe. So that's where I learned how to roller skate when I was a kid. That's where we went. I lived in West Philly, but my parents were both from South Philadelphia and knew St. Charles very, very well. And so as a kid, that's where I learned to roller skate. You've not seen me at the Winterfest or at Delaware Park because I do not know how to ice skate and will not be taking that up at this stage in my life. But I would seriously consider, I'm hoping that there's some level of muscle memory left. I'd like to have a private practice session before the big public event. But I think I might actually be able to get back out on some roller skates. I really enjoyed that when I was a kid. So this is really fantastic. You hear about all these things that are going to be on the waterfront, and you know, I have to kind of admit, in a certain way, I'm a lifelong Philadelphian. We've been struggling and challenged for so many, many years, trying to figure out a bunch of different things down on the waterfront. And certainly Jay and Bill Wilson are great board members. The entire board has done a fantastic job. One of the most incredible experiences that I've had in public service was certainly the creation of the Delaware River Waterfront Corporation from its start in 2008. This was a quite unique process. There was an entity called the Penn's Landing Corporation. We literally dissolved the existence of the Penn's Landing Corporation at a public meeting and created the Delaware River Waterfront Corporation at the same meeting where people resigned from their seats in public. A document was simultaneously coordinated filing in Harrisburg. Word was given that the document had been filed. We then created the Waterfront Corporation. I signed everyone's appointment letters in that meeting with a few hundred folks in the room. And out of that came DRWC. Seeing the great development, quite frankly, going on in Camden, our sister city across the river, I basically got tired of to some extent, getting our butt kicked. And Dana Red and her team over there doing a fantastic job. She was not the mayor at the time. And so I did the next best thing, which was to steal Tom Corcoran from Camden and bring him to Philadelphia. Tom, you have, I mean, like, I knew you were good, but this is like way beyond the kinds of things that we were thinking about back in 08 and 09. And so, but it takes not only a great leader at the corporation, you see the corporate support that we have had over the past few years. And again, that's where today's announcement, Valley Green Bank, Univest Bank and Trust, and certainly long time support from Blue Cross. Blue Cross, of course, now River Rink, Summerfest, Broad Street Run, the Winterfest, Indigo, and through Dan and Chris, huge supporters for this we have this event coming up in a couple months. A lot of people will come from across the city, and probably a few from across the country, and maybe even some internationally. The city's profile has been raised so high that others have been trying to get here, and so His Holiness Pope Francis decided that he needed to come to Philadelphia, see what's going on, and will bring about 1 million to 2 million of his closest friends to kind of check out Philadelphia in September. Blue Cross and Dan Hilferty and Chris are huge supporters of that event as well. It takes partners, it takes leadership, it takes coordination, it takes great public employees and staff in our nonprofit organizations. Spruce Street Harbor Park, when they tried to describe that to me last year, I was trying to understand a beach and the hammocks and the lights but going down there, I mean, it's just one of the coolest places that you could imagine. And whoever designed all of that, I mean, it's just astounding. I've been in that area 1 million times for different events and activities, but it truly transformed that part of the waterfront, and it was just cool. But it wasn't us just talking about it. I mean, I know a lot of, friends and family and other folks and people who are visitors to the city, but I thought the Huffington Post designation as one of the top 10 urban beaches in the world, really kind of said something. We're so shy and unassuming, and we think no one's really paying attention to what we're doing here in Philadelphia. God forbid someone would actually notice. I mean, because, we just, are that way sometimes. And every now and then, we actually do spectacular things that really excite the imagination, and that's what Spruce Street Harbor Park was all about. I did call Tom because I think I've gone to the opening and maybe came one other time, and then we got near the end, and it had been a really busy summer, and I said, well, why is this closing? He said, well, we've got the winter, we got to do other things, and we got to move stuff around, and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, that's really interesting. I'd like to stay open an extra month because I really haven't had many visits down here, and I need you to do this. He said, okay, and they figured it out. The point is that the secret is out. People know about Philadelphia. They want to be in Philadelphia. It's an exciting, exciting time here in this city. There's a sense of momentum and excitement. We just need to, keep that going. And this announcement today is a part of that. So I think the summer of 2015 is just really going to be cool. It's going to be hot, not necessarily. We don't need necessarily 90-degree days, but it's going to be fun in the city, and that's what the summer certainly should all be about. There will be a real spring in Philadelphia. Pat, are you guys? What's Kathy saying about that? We got all this weekend. Okay, all right, that would really help. So in any event. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. I think Tom is coming back, and then there's going to be, are we doing some internal fireworks now? And then we're going to have some other, line dancing and a few other things taking place. That's what my notes said. I don't know. Tom Corcoran.
Also, before we conclude, I'd like to invite up to say a few words to one of our biggest supporters, Councilman Mark Squilla. The entire district that we're covered in is coterminous with Mark's district. So everything we do is within his domain, and everywhere we go, we find him, or he finds us.
Thank you, Tom. And I just want to say and reiterate what the mayor has said about this exciting part of our city. And people always want to be by the water. And you always heard people, if you would activate the water, people would go there. And yet we never had that opportunity to do that. And right now, DRWC, the board, and the staff who works tremendously hard to make this happen has really created something in Philadelphia that other people are now looking at, which is so important. And Spruce Harbor Park last year was an amazing, amazing event and really a place for people to go, young people, old people, young kids, everybody, and enjoyed it. And this year, what they did down with the river rink, to go down there and turn that into an oasis where you felt like you weren't even in the city. You were on this rink that you felt like you were in a cabin somewhere out in the winter wonderland. And it just makes it so exciting when we have these things in the city for our people to do. And what that in turn does is attract more people to want to be in the city of Philadelphia, attract more people to want to come here and visit. And know what? Know what they're doing now? They're copying us. They're copying Philadelphia and the ideas that we have and putting them out through other cities and even throughout the world. And this is exciting. To come here and have a hammock to lay in the spring and maybe drink a beer is something exciting for people. Our outdoor pop-ups are one of the best in the country. So I'm just proud to be a part of this. I'm proud it's in my district, understanding what the RWC has done, and not only with these pop-ups, but working on the trail along the river and how much that means to the growth of the river. Also enticing and encouraging new private developers to come down and look at that area and looking to build new things down there. That's what's happening because of the work and the effort that DRWC is doing. And by next year and the year after that, we're going to see so many new things popping up through the private development industry, looking at that just because of the work that's being done. So I'm proud to be a part of it. I really appreciate the work of the DRWC, appreciate the vision of the mayor who put this together, understanding that hopefully in the next administration it would continue and even work to get better. So thank you very much and congratulations.
Well, I had some brief concluding remarks, but actually Mark just covered all of it. So on behalf of DRWC and all of us, thank you very much for coming to today's event. And please come down and discover the Central Delaware River this summer, next winter, and year-round. Thank you.
B-boy jazz, break, turntable jazz, the best in the recording.